Hey guys, what's up? This is Evil Boss here, and today I'm gonna do a deck profile on my Dracotail branded because I just think it's fun. It's very good, in fact, especially with the new branded cards that just came out in the new Chronicles deck. So yeah, without further ado, since I love playing this set, I'm just gonna get to my get to the deck profile real quick. Truth be told, first things first. This is my list, so as this developer goes on, this is not your typical normal list of Dracotail branded. This is my list, so take note of that. So for the Dracotail part is nothing out of the ordinary. Uh, which are three, three, one. Of the new card, Dracotail Proxio. This is might as well as be a branded card because it's a light as well as being a spellcaster. So this card through branded vision, it lets you go into Rebellion, lets you go into Albion, and also Sancfire. Which then brings into the Dracotail cards so that you can play the Dracotail cards. Two Pan, two Urgula, three Getu, three Rahu, and one of one of each of the traps. So yeah, that's the Dracotail part. Really standard, really basic. Now for the branded cards, since there are new branded cards that came out in the Chronicles deck, my ratio for the new branded cards they are quite big compared to normal. So the ratio goes the one Fallen, one Albion the Shrouded Dragon, one Incredible Ecclesia, one Cortesia, one Gwem, two Branded Fusion, one Branded Lost, one of the new card, the Fallen and the Virtuous, and one of the Trap in the form of Branded Retribution. All right, so I'm gonna talk about these cards for a bit. So let's start off with the Fallen. Okay, so obviously the Fallen is really good going second. The branded cards is basically the reason why I like playing Dracotail branded because the Dracotail cards, as good as they are, they do almost nothing going second. I mean, they do something, but they do not do enough to interact with the opponent's board. The branded cards, however, they do like so much, and this is one card of it. This card is really good in the deck. Not only this card lets you bridge it into Dracotail cards going first, but going second. This is the board breaker card to let you go into Mirror Jade, or depending on the board set that they have, it lets you go Albion or a Rebellion. Yeah, and this card it interacts with most of your opponent cards, if not all of them. Uh, so I thought to myself, I might play more copies of this, but this card is it's like so it's to get to with the deck. So I only decided to play just the one. The one Incredible Ecclesia, which is technically a second copy of the Fallen, because on this card going second, it's a free extender that gets you into the Fallen to interact with your opponent's board as well as being a board breaker. So these two cards are board breakers for the deck, and on this card it combos really well with the Fallen and the Virtuous and the new Albest fusion monster. All right, moving on is Albion the Shrouded Dragon. This card is cuttable, but I decided to play it as a new tech because for one, this card is conveniently upside golem for the deck as well as building on foliage to send the fallen to the graveyard or any branded super trap from the deck. This also combos well with the new branded cards. They came out in the Chronicles deck, but the main reason why I'm playing it is for the obstacle goblin effect as well as polishing any fundamental albas or branded spirit trap from that to grab, which I do play a quite a bit of. And the one Cretaceous. Okay, so these were originally I was originally playing 3 copies of Cretaceous because this is another way to fuse, and you need a way to fuse in this deck quite a lot because Dracotail cards, the Rahu, the Katsu going second, and the Mululu, as good as they are, they if you're going first, going second, they are so hard too weak to hand traps, and so playing Cortesia in the deck it lets you another way for me to play. So I was originally playing 3 copies of it, but I just to take away 2 so that I can play these 2 to combo with the new branded cards. Speaking of Guiding Whim. This card is really good now. In fact, some of the branded lists, the pure branded lists that I've been seeing, they are playing more than 1 copies of this card now. So I kind of like follow the logic and decided to try it out. And this card is really good in this deck, or particularly in my deck to an extent. Because on this guy it lets me play my deck to a grind game set, and this deck wins in the grind game because of the branded card. The Dracotail guys, they don't really provide that strong of a grind game, if not at all. But the branded cards, well, with this in the deck, it has a really strong grind game, and like I said, on this deck it wins in the grind game. That's why you play the branded cards to play along with the Dracotail cards, and this card is one card of it. And this card it combos well with Titanic Lab because Titanic during the end phase with someone going from the deck, which polishes any fundamental Alves card from deck to grip. So yeah, card is really good, and during the opponent's turn, you can reborn any of the Alves fusion monster, most normally being Mirror Jade. And Branded Lost. This card is so good in this deck. Like I've seen many Dracotail branded lists online, but not all of them are running this card. And I thought to myself, why are they not playing this card? Yes, this is technical break and it's not really searchable in the entire deck. But if I open this card and just straight up activate it, your opponent has to deal with it immediately, or your grind game it goes completely out of control. Like this card is so good in the deck to a point where I even consider playing a looper to go into this from the deck. So, and this deck with this on the deck has like the most broken interaction ever. If you go Rahu along with this guy, so you activate this and then you activate Rahu, bring on a Dalion from the extra deck, and then and then and then all of your channelings in that same will result because your opponent is on the last, and the last would get to a fundamental Albus card from your deck to my hand. So you plus almost infinitely with this card in the deck. Like this card is very good. Like I said, the moment you activate this, your opponent has to deal with it, or or like I said, the grindy game perspective of this deck with lost in the deck, it goes completely out of control with lost in the deck. Okay, moving on the 2 brand diffusion. This card is really good in this deck because first off, brand diffusion is brand diffusion, and this card is technically rolled up for any Dracotail card in the deck, as well as depending on the material that you send, it lets you go into Sanctfire, or Rebellion, which gives you Miragen, and also Albion. Like this card, it does so much. It just came to 2 in the new list. Hopefully, in the future list on Brand Fusion, will go to 3. I certainly hope so. I mean, there are new branded support cards that comes out in Boys Protocol, and what more way to promote the new branded cards by putting Brand Fusion to 3. Like I like Brand Fusion. All right, the Retribution, because this card's first effect is basically up Solemn Warning by shuffling the Albus Fusion back to the extra deck, and its Grabbier effect is quite handy because it lets you reuse Branded Fusion from the graveyard by adding it back to your hand. But this card is also searchable technically above the Gwyn effect. But this card, it combos really, really well with the new card, the Fallen and the Virtuous, which I will talk about. Okay, so this card. It just came out in the new Kraken's deck, and this card is absolutely phenomenal. Like, this is one of those cards where if a new comes out that belongs to a certain archetype, it completely changes the deck in like a whole new thematic. And this is one of those cards. So this card is both a dogmatic card and a branded card. So in branded, this card is almost indefinitely searchable in like so many ways. But this card, it has 2 effects. The first effect is you can send an Albus Fusion from your extra deck to the graveyard, and then target a face-up card on the field and destroy it. So this card, once again, it's a board breaker that gets you into another board breaker in the form of Mirror Jade. And this card is also good going first because on this card is set up of Albion if it is in the graveyard, so it's on another way to interact with the opponent's board. You can also do that going second by the way by popping their cards, and then this card also secondary effect, and the secondary effect is why I'm playing the Incredible Ecclesia. So the secondary effect is why you have a Ecclesia monster in your side of the field or your graveyard. This can target a monster in either player's graveyard, not just yours, and then spell summon him permanently. So this card is basically another copy of Sanctfire in the deck. So if you copy this with Sanctfire, you basically bring back two extenders for free. But for this card, you need to have, like I said, on Ecclesia Inferior Grave. That's why I'm playing the Incredible Ecclesia. Like this card is very, very good. I'm pretty sure most branded lists is most definitely gonna play 3 copies of this card because why not? This card is another really, really good card that is searchable through a Luber. Like card is very, very solid in the deck. So yeah, that is the main 2 engines in the deck. Now the non-engine, Magnamute. This card is really, really good, particularly in my deck because I'm playing more Albus cards compared to normal, and Magnamute is Magnamute. Okay, 3 Ash, and 3 Fua, and 2 Gold Spell for the 4 non-engine hand drops. Alright, so that is the main deck. Now the extra deck, 3 Adalion, 1 Guemo. This card is Carbona, like Dracotail branded with the new Albus cards. Don't really need this, but I'm not sure what to take place instead of this. So for now, it's in the deck. Secretarian. This card is really, really good in this set due to the fact that it can bring back Sanctfire. Sanctfire is really, really good right now. Like there are a lot of that cannot certainly deal with this card right away. Rebellion. Mirror Jade, because it's Mirror Jade. To Albion, because in my deck, playing two copy of this guy is definitely correct. One Titaniclad, one of the new Abyss Vision, the dragon that devours the Dogma. This card is actually hard to make in this set because due to the fact that it's a beast. So the Dracotail cards can get into it, but with the branded cards I can because the Albion lets you go into it, the Bellion lets me go into it, and also Curtisha lets me go into it. And, you guys have to note that you cannot actually bring this card out of a brand diffusion because brand diffusion it lets you send two monsters from your deck to the graveyard, including the Alves, and then summon an Abyss Vision. But this card it requires three materials, not two. So the materials to go into it is obviously the Fallen Alves, a light or dark monster, and then effect monster on the field. So yeah, but when this card hits the board, it's really good because upon spell summon, not just fusion summon, it can non-target shuffle back two cards in either player's graveyard and then shuffle them to the deck from either grave or banish. So that's really good. And then while you have an Iglesia monster in the field or graveyard, hence the reason why I'm playing it, the Incredible Iglesia in the deck. This card gains 500 attack and it becomes the towers. So the card is really difficult to out. One Chaos Sorcerers to break up our boards, and two links in the form of Spears and SP. Alright guys, so that is my Dracotail branded lights. I know it's not really something you guys are really used to, but since the new branded cards they come out in the new Chronicles deck, I wanna try them out in the deck. Hence the reason why I'm playing more branded cards compared to the standard list for Ultra Dracotail branded. So with that being said, this is Evil signing out. Peace out, guys. Peace out.